we're coming back now from looking at and purchasing our Gooseneck trailer. We think it's going to do us pretty good. It's got very little rust on it.
See, or really any.
Yeah, no rust. It's got 6,000 pound axles and under it. It's got 2 of them, 12,000 pound rated.
It's 12,000 gross vehicle weight rating, and then the trailer weighs 3,000 and some. So, it's basically a you can put 10,000 pound trailer.
Yep.
Worth of cargo on it.
Mm-hmm.
Probably about 9,000 pounds.
Yeah, but this trailer, it is just 16 foot long with no dovetail or nothing. But we're all right with that because with these big square bales that we're planning on getting, when we stack 2 high and we can stack 3 deep, so we can get 12.
Yeah, so it'd be 1, 2, 3 across the deck. Because they're 3 foot wide, so that'll be 9 foot. The trailer's like 8'6" wide on the deck, so be very little hangover to put 3 bales wide. And then you put 2 bales high and 2 bales long. So a 16-foot trailer, the bales are 8 feet long approximately. So that'll be 12 of those big square bales that we can put on it. And they weigh about 800 pounds a piece, so that'd be about 9,600 pounds. And I mean, that'd be a little over what the rating is, but that trailer should be fine with that.
It's a factory built trailer. The Dad had a 16 foot gooseneck trailer, and I think it had 8,000 pound axles under it.
No, my 16-foot had the same as this one did.
Okay.
6,000.
So, but it was homemade, but I mean, he still hauled a bulldozer and all kinds of stuff on it. So this one being factory built, I don't see no problem at all that we can't do what we're going to do with it.
Yeah. And I mean, I like to try to stay close to the rating. But we will be close to the rating on it.
Yeah. And we're going to have a big enough truck and stuff for the weight to be distributed and things. So.
Yeah.
But another good thing about this trailer, where it's smaller, we can put a gooseneck ball in a 1/2 ton or a 3/4 ton truck, and you might not want to pull it, with 9,500 pounds of hay or something, or a big piece of equipment on it, but it gives us the option where we can put a gooseneck ball in our other trucks and be able to move it around and do what we need to with it, and not have to always have big red on it. So if we buy a piece of equipment that's a little far off, but it ain't too big, we can just take one of the little trucks and go get it.
Yeah, the big red doesn't get very good mileage. And, like you said, I wouldn't want you to put, the 9,600 pounds of hay and just day in, day out, haul that hay in with a 1/2 ton truck. But, the 16 foot long and a lighter trailer like that, you can put it on a 1/2 ton, like you said, if you, for instance, you want to go to a tractor show. We like to go to antique tractor shows, and so we can, load an antique tractor on there, and I've got a old Fairbanks Morse engine. We might load that up on it and take it to the shows. We go to a couple in Indiana.
Yep.
And so I think it'll suit us very well.
Yeah.
They don't need a big dual tandem type trailer. It's just too hard for us to store.
Yeah.
And the little trailer, like I said, it was nice. There wasn't any rust on it. I mean, the paint was good. I think it said it on the VIN tag. It was a 2006 model. So I mean, it's for a 20-year-old trailer. It had, the paint was just about perfect on it, really. It had just a couple of little surface things here and there, but you know, really nothing. The deck was brand new, treated wood.
Yeah.
So.
And you couldn't ask for a better farm trailer. And
in 600 feet at the traffic circle, take the first exit onto Kentucky 1600 South.
And when we can store it a whole lot easier than like a 18-foot trailer and stuff. We can roll our wagon up on there. Yep. We can roll our 16-foot wagon up on there and then stretch a big tarp over it and, you know, keep our wagon and our trailer in the dry and safe. So.
Yeah, it's, you know, we just got a lot more options than what we would with some kind of a big 20 or 25-foot trailer. A pop-up dovetail would be nice, but
a pop-up dovetail is nice when you're doing equipment, like a lot of equipment moving and things, but we aren't really going to move much equipment, and if we do, it'll be one of the tractors, and they'll drive up on that just fine.
Well, and you know, if you had a trailer that was, say, 20 foot long and had a pop-up dovetail, and even if it had the 8-lug 8,000-pound axles, or actually the 8 lugs are 7,000 pounds, most of them. So even if you had that, it would only be rated for 14,000 pounds. So gross. And then the trailer being that extra long, extra length, you know, you're going to add extra weight there. So you really don't wind up with that much more carrying on a, say, a 20-foot, you know, trailer.
Yeah.
Now, you know, there are certain things where a 20-footer would be nice if you was hauling like perhaps some barn metal or something, where you needed, you know, a 20-foot deck. But this trailer, I don't think it will hurt to, you know, even if you have to let something hang over 3 or 4 feet off the back, you know, as long as it's sturdy enough
to hold itself,
you know, to not flop
but
down.
We couldn't really get no longer than an 18-foot, because where we've got to turn in, it's pretty hard to get a trailer in there. So this 16-foot being as mobile as it is, you know, we can cut it around and take it wherever we want.
Well, I mean, I turned Jarrett's big trailer in there, but it was very, very tight trying to get it in. And this 16-footer will just track behind the truck so much better going in there. So I'm really happy with it. Now we couldn't get it today. We actually went over this morning when we were feeding, and we took the sides, the racks off of the big truck, off of the big red there, and we were going to bring it over, drive it over here,
and bring the trailer back home.
With us. But we had a little misfortune there. I drove it home so Henry could drop this silver truck off at the house, and he saw that inside rear tire on the driver's side looked like it had a bad spot on it, and it looked like it might be flat. And sure enough, we got there in the driveway and looked, and the whole sidewall
Go past Summit Creek Drive and
had
turn
blown
right
out
onto Kentucky
of the
361
tire.
Patriot Parkway.
Big spot about 4 inches long there that just split like a zipper. So
turn right onto Kentucky 361 Patriot Parkway.
And that truck uses a 19.5-inch rim. So it's the same size tire as like a UPS truck. You've got a lane here.
Okay.
Got birds now. But anyway, it uses the same size tire like a as some of the box trucks and things do. So I was kind of worried that it might be a little bit hard to find. But I called the tire shop, and he has 4 exactly tires of that size in a 16 ply that I could get, and I think they were about $1,000, a little over $1,000.
It was 1,040, I think.
1,040, 1,060, something like that.
But he had road tires and he had bog tires, or like mud tires. We're gonna go ahead and get the mud tires, and one side of the truck tires are brand new.
Yes. So the passenger side rear has 2 brand new Goodyears that the guy just put on when we bought the truck. So what we can do, what we're planning to do, is take those 2 Goodyears off the back. They're a steered tire. You know, they're not a tread tire. So we'll move them up to the front to the steer axle, and then we'll put the 4 knobby tires, all-terrain tires, whatever they are, on the back. And so that's something that I was kind of planning on doing anyway. You know, just because we had the 2 new ones, I thought, well, I'll do that, but I'm gonna run these as long as I can, and I guess they're just dry rotted or whatever, because the truck didn't get used much. So
Yeah.
But anyway, I'll take that in there in the morning and have them to work on that, put the tires on.
We'll still probably keep the 2 front steer tires and that 1 tire that's still good, keep them for spares in case this happens again.
I'll definitely keep them for spares.
So that we can just, if this happens
Go past
again.
Falling Water Lane and use the right lane to take the US 31 West bypass south ramp.
Thanks. We can, if this happens again, we can just drive the truck up to
Use the right lane to take the US 31 West bypass south ramp.
I'm gonna take the. I'm gonna do.
West bypass south.
I will do that.
There's arguing with GPS.
It keeps interrupting me. Anyway.
We're videoing.
We're-
Can't you see?
So we're gonna keep them. So if it happens again, we can just take it to the shop and have them swap tires on and be just fine, and not have to wait for anything, and we can do whatever we were gonna do.
Continue on
Never
US
hurts to have
31 West
spare.
bypass south for 2 miles.
Okay.
All right, so we were gonna head right from the house and start on our way to go get this gooseneck trailer, but we were bringing the truck home, and I noticed there was a lump on the driver's side inside tire. Turns out it had ripped the sidewall somehow, and it was flat. It's still on right now, but we've got that outside dual, and we think we're going to make it to the tire shop. Thankfully, they had 4 19.5 mud grip tires, which is what we wanted. So, but we've got 2 brand new Goodyears on this side, and we're going to take those 2 and move them up to the front for steer tires, and then keep the 3. There's 3 tires that are still pretty good. They're old, but they're still pretty good, and we're going to keep them in case we have another blowout. We can just swap it onto the rim and not have to call and wait for these 19.5 tires, because they're not used on like every ton truck. They're not a common size, really.
Well, they're common on heavy trucks, but you have to go to a tire shop that services heavy trucks to have them. You know, so like just not like if you went to a Walmart Tire Center, they're probably not going to have it in stock. You know, you're going to have to order them. So, but anyways, we're going to go up, take you guys up with us to the local tire shop, and this is a place where we do a lot of business, just mainly because he carries a lot of the tires and things that we need in stock. And a lot of times, if he doesn't have it in stock, he can get it
Pretty quick.
Either the same day or the next day.
So these are the all-terrain tires that we're going to be putting on. So how does this machine here work? Just uses centrifugal force and kind of finds where it's unbalanced, or?
Yeah. You got a laser? Well, I'll show you. See, you got a laser right here.
Yeah.
It shows you whether it's balanced.
Yeah. There's both of the good new mud grip tires on the back. Then they're going to get the last two back tires balanced, and then we'll get them on the rim. Alright, so after everything that we just had done, we had two brand new Goodyear tires on the passenger side duals back here. We took them and moved them up to the front for good new steer tires. And then we had four 19.5 Americas put on the back, mud grips. And for labor and everything was $1,147.51. So for all they did and the time it took them, I don't think that's too bad. For the brand of tires that this is, and balancing and everything.
Well, I mean,
and they let us keep the old ones that are still good.
These tires were, I mean, I looked them up online. There was a couple of places where you could maybe get the tire cheaper, but then you're going to have to pay somebody for mounting and balancing and all of that. And, you know, you have to wait on them to get here, shipping and everything. Now most of them I looked at had free shipping, but
Yeah.
you still have to wait on it for a few days. So the fact that he had those 4 in stock, just ready to put on, I mean, it just makes sense to go ahead and do that. It at the most wouldn't have been over, probably on the 4 tires and moving the other 2 up to the front. It probably wouldn't have been over, $100 or $2 cheaper.
Yeah.
So, just not worth doing. I'm satisfied with it. I mean, it's a big expense, but these tires last a long time. These 19.5 tires.
Mm-hmm.
I think the ones we put on are 14 ply, something like that.
He said they were 16.
Okay, so they're gonna last a good while. So now, going back to the house, we got to grab some stuff there, some wrenches and things.
There's the gooseneck we bought.
Have you got it in the camper? And take the jam nut first. That's a jam nut on there.
Yeah.
I always want to loosen the jam nut first.
I hear somebody.
Now that's loosed enough. Okay, it's loosed enough. Like in front of the camera here.
I gotta take them all the way out.
No, you shouldn't.
They don't things on there. Damn. There we go.
Tight.
Tight. Over here.
Yeah, you get over here and pull back down on it.
There we go.
Now watch that thing. You get them fence pretty loose. It
Fall out of there.
could fall out.
Well, hey, at least it ain't froze up in there. That's a good
That
sign.
is a good thing. I was afraid we was going to have to beat the hell out of it to try to get it.
That's why I brought a hammer.
Poke it back in there.
I hope we got that dong on video. Look at that. That's pretty good shape, too.
Yeah. Well, with it having this capped off up here at the top, I'd say.
So that's where it was.
Yeah, take it all the way up.
There we go. And we can trim quite a bit, too, I think, too.
If we have to.
Yep.
Okay, just hold it now. Ain't it?
Yeah. Yeah, after seeing how tight that was, I was like, oh, I hope. I hope.
Yeah. I was worried that it was going to be rusted in there pretty bad, but worried, like I said, where this capped off up at the top, it's kept water out of it all them years. That goes a long way
Yeah.
to keeping them.
That's probably good, isn't it?
You snug them in there pretty good.
Yeah. If y'all haven't ever seen this adjustable, this is Fred.
Why are you naming these adjustables?
I like Fred. Fred's my friend. I use Fred a lot.
Run your jam nuts in.
I use Fred a lot on all kinds of things, big and small. How's it look? This thing is gonna work?
Well, it ain't nothing else we can do right now. We'll have to try to just ease it on here. Now, when we hooked up to Jarrett's, it wasn't clear. Like we had to set it down on the bed put a block under,
Yeah.
and then get it a little higher.
That's bottomed out right there. It might just do it.
I'm gonna have to get straighter.
Yep. It did it. Look at that. Would you look at that? Yeah.
Got it.
How that works?
Yeah.
Take that adjustable and knock it.
Now, hold on. Knock the top in just a little. See how it's come out of the top. Now, pick it up and turn it. Now, there you go.
Okay.
Push it around. Latch it. Now, okay.
Hooey.
I reckon we're ready then.
Yeah. I missed the step. I missed our step.
Watch.
That gone. Wait, if it's bottomed out, how can we trim? Oh, we'll have trim off
You
there.
have to trim a little off the outside and then probably a little off the inside. Kind of the
Okay.
same way you would with a PTO shaft on a tractor.
Yeah.
You got to trim a little bit off both pieces to bring it on down some.
Yep. You think this is gonna do us just fine? It clears your truck and everything good.
Yeah, everything is fine except for
At the next stop sign,
we are going to
turn
have
right.
to.
Do a little trimming on it.
At the
Yeah.
stop sign, turn right onto Sunny Meadows Drive.
So we are going to have to, like I said, trim a little bit off of both pieces, and get it, you know, where that tube will slide up in a little further.
Yep.
But it won't be too big a deal.
So far, just barely driving. How's it feel on the truck?
The truck's fine with it.
Yeah.
I mean, as it should be.
Yeah.
You know, it's the empty trailer, whatever it is, 3,000 pounds. You know, the truck's not really going to know that that's back there, but
Yep.
you know, it is going to be a little more shaky and bouncy,
Mm-hmm.
just because of having an extra
Yep.
trailer. You know, but and I did text him there. You know, told him we was hooked up and pulling out, and thanked him. He said no problem. So I'm assuming he's just working or whatever.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys. So we've made it home now with the gooseneck. Now that we're not in this guy's front yard, we'll do a little walk around of it. So it's a 16-foot, 12,000 pound rated gooseneck trailer.